Hello? Hi, everyone. Okay, listen. I am going to I'm a little bit better today. But I have to get my tea because I literally my throat is so swollen right now. So I'm going to go get my tea real quick. I'm going to play the intro. Hold on. I'll play the intro real quick cuz I always forget to do that. How is everyone? What's today? Monday. Happy Monday to everyone. This is going to actually be a really short and sweet live. I hope you guys are having a good Monday. Mondays suck. But as you can see, my throat is so dry. So I'm going to go get my tea real quick. Hold on. Where is, okay. Okay, you guys. All right, I'm going to go get my tea really quickly. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Metaverse, but we're going to talk about it for a minute because I have a lot to say. And then I'll be right back. Okay, sorry guys. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So I want to talk about this for a second because this is serious. I'm going to share my screen for a second. Hold on. Hi, everyone. Okay. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because, hold on. I was watching Lovely Teaya, and I don't know if you guys have ever watched Lovely Teaya, but she's amazing. She is a probably the best creator here on YouTube. But a lot of people are not talking about the metaverse. They're not talking about the seriousness of it. And it is very, very serious. So I'm going to read something to you guys really quick before I share this. Okay. In June, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg told his employees about an ambitious new initiative. So you guys, I don't want you guys to see like all my mess that I got going on here. Okay. A future of the company would go far beyond its current project of building a set of connected social apps and some hardware to support them. Instead, he said, Facebook would strive to build a maximalist, interconnected set of experiences straight out of a sci-fi, a world known as the Metaverse. The company's divisions focus on products for communities, creators, commerce, and virtual reality would increasingly work to realize this vision. He said in a remote address to employees, "What I think is most interesting is how these themes will come together into a bigger idea," Zuckerberg said. Our overarching goal across all of these initiatives is to help bring the metaverse to life. The metaverse is having a moment. Coined in Snow Crash, Neil Stephenson's 1992 sci-fi novel, the term refers to a convergence of physical augmented and virtual reality in a shared online space. Earlier this month, the New York Times explored how companies and products, including Epic Games, Fortnite, Roblox, and even Animal Crossing's New Horizons, increasingly had metaverse like elements. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney has been discussing his desire to contribute to a metaverse for many months now. In January 2020, an influential essay by the venue capitalist Matthew Ball set out to identify key characteristics of the metaverse. Among them, it has a span. The physical and virtual worlds contain fully fledged economy and offer unprecedented whatever that is. Users have to be able to take their avatars and goods from one place in the metaverse to another, no matter who runs that particular part of it. Critically, no one company will run the metaverse. It will be an embodied internet, Zuckerberg said, operated by many different players in decentralized ways. Watching Zuckerberg's presentation, I couldn't decide which was more crazy, his vision itself or his timing. Zuckerberg announced intention to build a more maximalist version of Facebook, spanning social presence, office work, and entertainment comes at a time when the US government is attempting to break his current company up. A package of bills making its way through Congress would potentially force the company to spin out Instagram and WhatsApp and limit Facebook's ability to make future acquisitions or offer services connected to its hardware products. And even if tech regulation stalls in the United States, historically not a bad bet, a thriving metaverse would raise questions both familiar and strange about how the virtual space is governed, how its contents would be moderated, and what its existence would do to our shared sense of reality. We're still getting our arms wrapped around the two-dimensional versions of social platforms. Wrangling the 3D version could be harder. Okay. This is okay. Imagine being young here on the internet. And imagine being able to go into a world, your your own world, where you can be whatever you want. You can have as much money as you want. You don't have to even deal with racism because you can be whatever color you want. Imagine being able to do something like that, especially with you can have whatever kind of body you want. You can literally almost as if you're in this virtual reality starting your life over again. And what I find very weird about Mark Zuckerberg, which he gives me the creeps, by the way, he's a smart, genius man, but he gives me the creeps. Thank you, Shay. I hope you guys are all doing good. I'm going to read your comments in a minute. But just imagine being able to separate yourself from the things that are going on in the real world and insert yourself into this virtual world of your own reality. And what people are not paying attention to is that Snoop Dogg just purchased land in the metaverse. Snoop Dogg, the rapper Snoop Dogg purchased land in he purchased a property in the virtual reality. Why are these celebrities now starting to purchase land? And since he purchased a property, there is millions of people who are starting to purchase property around his property in that in the metaverse. Why, to me, and this is what you guys have to think about, and this is what you guys have to take with you if you have kids, whatever, okay? We don't have, ever since the C word has happened, it's not, but I'm telling you, this is going to happen, Shay. This is going to happen, and it's really, really going to ruin this whole entire world, period, because it's too easy. And you have to imagine there are, in this metaverse, they already have the high-end stores that we can't afford here, but we can afford in the metaverse. Like they have Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton has a store built in the metaverse, I guess. All of these things. So imagine being able to be whoever it is that you want to be. Okay, so you can't buy Gucci and Prada in the real world. So I'm going to go on the metaverse and I'm going to buy the things that I were never able to have. Okay. Ever since the C word has happened, it's been so easy for us to be isolated and to not easy. It hasn't been easy. And I don't want to say easy, but they are making it easier for us to not want to be out in the real world, right? There are more jobs where they're offering for you to stay at home. There are you don't even have to go grocery shopping anymore, you guys. You can literally go online and they deliver it to your door. You don't have to go to different you have Uber Eats, all of these things, DoorDash. Like they make it so easy for you not to want to be in the real world. So imagine this metaverse, okay, becoming big, because it is going to become big. Imagine this happening. People are never going to want to leave their houses. If you can look at the metaverse as if it's your a real world, which people are, if people are purchasing property and things like that in the metaverse already, celebrities are. And when celebrities do something, you got to pay close attention because the elites know things that we don't know. In my personal opinion, people who have money know things that we don't know. That's why freaking what the hell is his name? The Amazon guy. Why do I always forget his name? What's the Amazon guy's name? Hi, lovely symbols. It's good to see you here. What the heck is the Amazon guy's name? Jeff Bezos. They're going into space. Why are they going into space? Him, Steve, you guys know what I mean. Okay. This is serious. And thank you, lovely symbols. This is going to happen. Okay. And yes, it's going to mess with people's mental health, but can you imagine the desire to be able to go into this metaverse world and start your life all over again? Okay, we can't get a house right now. Eventually we will, but I can go in the metaverse and get a house. I don't have to deal with racism because I can go in the metaverse and be whatever I want to. Well, I don't like my body, so I can create an avatar and go in the metaverse and have whatever kind of body that I want to. I can have a body like Beyonce or Jennifer Lopez, Kim Kardashian, whatever. I wouldn't want Kim Kardashian's body, but whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. This is going to happen whether we like it or not. And at the end of the day, it's going to be so much easier because we are all becoming so antisocial, and especially children. Like, when I feel so bad for children who didn't grow up in like my generation, like, you know, when I used to go to the club and we used to dance and going skating and just interacting with each other. That's not what these kids do nowadays, you guys. Okay? They go to clubs and they're standing on the wall looking on their phone. Kids don't even know how to actually talk to anybody anymore. They don't know how to have a normal conversation because they're so used to, you know, being on their phones, being on the computer. It's easier that way, very antisocial. This is what they want. They don't want us to talk to each other. They don't want us to be out there. Okay. And I feel like it's being set up this way. It's all been planned, you guys. And Mark Zuckerberg, like, I'm going to do like something about him. I don't know what it's going to be. Hold on, let me see here. Elon Musk and space. Yep, Elon Musk. That's who I was talking about. Thank you, Shay. No, it's not healthy, but you guys, there's a lot of things that isn't healthy. It's not healthy that a lot of our children are antisocial and don't know how to have a normal conversation with one another. It's not healthy that our children would rather be here on the Xbox or on the computer or on social media than versus being outside playing like we did back in the day. It's not healthy. Nothing that's happening in this world is mentally healthy. Why do you think so many people are having such mental problems? Okay? As far as having include myself included. You know, why do you think that so many people get triggered about things? And, you know, we all suffer from depression and things like that. Why do you think these things exist? Depression wasn't this big when I was growing up the way that it is now. And I feel like a lot of these things, it's just very coincidental. And I don't believe in coincidences, you guys. I don't believe in them. I used to, I don't anymore. maybe one, but after one, it's like, it's a wrap. There's no more coincidences. This is planned. Yes, exactly, Shay. It's all on the rise. So why is all of these things on the rise right now, you guys? It's on the rise because of the way that this world is. And then we have somebody like Mark Zuckerberg who is trying to make it even worse, trying to make it to where nobody's going to ever want to go out of their house. Do you know how desirable it is to have it in your mind and to have the mindset to start your life all over again in a virtual reality? I have been here a few times with Steph and Tara in the world discussion. Also watch before that. Enjoy. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're talking about this and mental issues. I believe we are suffering a societal breakdown. I agree. I 100% agree. Depression, anxiety, all of these things are on the rise, you guys. But why do you think they're on the rise? Look at the world around us. You know what I mean? Like last night, it's like you can't even cough with and I understand people being concerned, like, but it's like you can't even cough anymore without people saying you have the C word. I don't want to say the word, you guys, because I know that it's hard for a lot of people, but I know I'm still very I don't want to say I'm getting better, but just because a person coughs doesn't mean that they have the C word. Okay? So I'm telling people about my symptoms and they're like, "You have the C word." Or I was talking on a nurse to a nurse on the phone last night because for some reason I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking about stuff and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I'm like, and I'm like, oh my God, I probably have the C word. Okay. So I'm talking to this nurse on the phone, just somebody that I know, and I'm talking to her on the phone and I'm telling her all my symptoms. And she's like, Did you get the vaccine? No. No, I did not get the vaccine. What does that have to do with anything? And she's like, Well, what's going on? Do you have a cough? Is that cough? Do you feel it in your chest? Are you having tightness in your chest? You might have the C word. It's like, so there's no such thing as having a cold anymore. There's no such thing as having, excuse me, just a regular cold. Just because I cough doesn't automatically mean that I have the C word. It's just, you guys, because, and really what I was going through, I think last night was so many people kept telling me you might have it. You might have it. I started having a panic attack. And I do get panic attacks. And then when you get a panic attack or anxiety attack, which is the worst thing ever, then when you get that, then you like literally you feel like it's horrible. It's horrible. And all of these things are going through my head. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to have to go to the hospital. What if I have to go to the hospital for weeks? And then this and then that. It's just crazy. And it's mostly because, and I know a lot of the people who told me these things told me because they care. They told me out of concern, but that doesn't remove it from my mind. When you share these things with me, it's only going to make me being the paranoid person that I am, it's only going to make me think, oh my gosh, I have it. And it's like, we don't have to go anywhere anymore. We don't have to go grocery shopping anymore. We don't have to do anything anymore because they have made it so easy for us not to even want to leave our homes. So some call it the beer virus. The shortness of breath could be an anxiety attack. That's what it was. But I'm like, oh, I'm having shortness of breath. What if I have it? And really all it was an anxiety attack. And, You worked for the nursing. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I have a cough, but I know what that feels like. I know because I had it. But I was just sitting there and I started thinking about all these things. And I'm like, oh my God, I know I have it. I know I have it. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, I don't want to go to the hospital. It's in the middle of the night. The kids are home, blah, blah, blah. So I called my friend, the nurse. And I have to say, though, that it isn't everywhere like that yet. What do you mean? Lynn, are you saying that the C word isn't everywhere? Because it is. Hi, Stina. How are you? Welcome. It is. But just because somebody has cold-like symptoms doesn't necessarily mean that they have that. Hey, love, miss you munches. Oh, thank you, Steph. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you, sweetie. And wishing you the best of holiday season. Thank you so much, babe. I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing holidays as well. It's so stressful. But you guys, what I'm trying to say is, and thank you so much for the super chat. I love you, Steph. I appreciate you. This is serious, okay? And when celebrities start purchasing property in a metaverse, then that means we need to start paying very, very close attention to. Oh, I've been busy too, Steph. I know. I'm glad you're here, babe. We need to start paying very, very serious, close attention to this, you guys, because this is not a game. We see what these elites are trying to do to us, okay? And it is scary. This is scary. And that's why Mark Zuckerberg, I'm not saying that he's a highly intelligent man, and I think that's amazing, but there are some things about him that bother me, and I think that there is a way that he wants this world to go, and I feel like he works with, the government and all that kind of stuff, but that's another story for a different day. I'm just saying that it's very easy for a lot of people who deal with hard times in life that would want to go and be in the metaverse and have that opportunity to be whatever you want and do whatever you want and make yourself whoever you want to be. Who wouldn't want that? You know what I'm saying? We all have struggles in life. Your donkey video was hilarious stuff. Also the one with the comedian. Yes, her videos are hilarious. I have been really loving them. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to go off camera for a second. Whoops. But nobody is going to be able to convince me that you wouldn't be down to do something like that. If you had that opportunity, don't forget how Facebook started. It started a way for him and other men to rank how pretty girls were in college. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Now that's some, see, you learn stuff all the time. Now, see, I didn't know that. Now, see, I was never into social media like that, you guys. Like, everybody was like into MySpace. I was never into MySpace. And you guys, I really, really trained myself, against Facebook too. You guys, I'm barely on Facebook anymore. I used to love Facebook. Facebook was actually becoming an addiction to me. So I decided to stay away from it, and I've never been happier. Like, I don't know. I just don't see Facebook the same way that I used to. When I look back at all the things that I used to share on Facebook, I seriously cringe because I used to share everything on Facebook. I get in a fight, every thought. Do you guys ever go back on your memories on Facebook? I used to share because I was single at the time, and I would share like if I'm getting in a fight with a guy that I'm dating, um, or if I'm drunk at the bar, I'm sitting there freaking drunk. Don't ever text and drink. Don't ever drink and text, whatever. Don't ever drink and text because, like, when I go and I see all of the things that I used to post on Facebook, I'm like, cringe. Like, what? No, the fuck? I don't even know what I was thinking. Okay. But I'm just not into Facebook like I used to be. And I thank God for that. I'm starting to be a little bit more into Instagram now, but that's more for because of promotion and things like that. I'm starting to be a little bit more into that. But even when I go onto Instagram, you guys, I only used Facebook while I was in the Air Force to contact family. Haven't used it since I retired. Good for you, Shay. The social network. It's a good movie, shows how Facebook started. Okay, I will definitely watch that. I never watched that exactly, Stina. I was trying to remember the name of that movie. Yes, The Social. I've heard of it. I just never actually sat down and watched that yet. I know a whole bunch of people have, but I just never have. But I am not into Facebook. Like I used to be so into Facebook, and now it's just like I go on there maybe to post pictures and to keep my family updated, but I never go on there anymore. And I always look at things like when I first started out, you guys, I wanted to start out I started out with makeup and I went live. I started doing live on Facebook, but the only reason why I started doing lives on Facebook is because I wanted to get myself prepared for YouTube. But here's the reason why I chose to add commentary, because I don't know how to say this. I'm not trying to offend people who do makeup and just makeup on Facebook because I think it's amazing. Jackie Ayana, I'm obsessed with her. Juicy Jazz, I love her. You can definitely build a career off makeup. There's just so many influencers. But my biggest problem is when I would go on Facebook and do makeup and I started just talking in general and talking like just having girl talk when I would go live on Facebook, a lot of people would message me and say, Tia, you have something to say to the world. You definitely need to try to figure out how you can, maybe do commentary or something like that. Now, of course, I was never going to 100% give up makeup, but when it came to makeup, I just look at that as you really have to promote yourself when it comes to being a beauty influencer. And I don't like taking that many pictures of myself. I don't like it. And I don't even know how they do it. It's very hard for me to take a whole bunch of pictures for myself. And in a lot of ways it's very narcissistic to me, but I know that's what you have to do to be successful as a beauty influencer. But I look at it like you can only go so far with that though, because eventually looks fade. And I just always looked at it like I love doing makeup and I will continue to incorporate makeup even on my YouTube. But I have something to say to the world and I do have more to offer than just makeup when it comes to myself. I'm an educated woman, and not saying that beauty influencers aren't. I'm just saying that it's very hard for me to constantly post pictures of myself. I just don't like it. And it's just not for me. Facebook has got me in touch with extended family. Otherwise, I'm not a big fan. I get depressed. I started finding myself getting depressed when I was on Facebook a lot. I'm really glad that I'm not on there as much anymore because it's not my vibe anymore. Like YouTube is usually the only thing that I enjoy. Didn't he get like inspired to work on Facebook because somebody's sorority girls rejected him or something? I haven't seen that movie in so long. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to watch that movie. I know Justin Timberlake is in that movie, isn't he? Yeah, Facebook always um it just always made me feel some type of way every time I would go on there, and I was starting to be I'm not going to lie, addicted to it. Like I was on it constantly, and I always had to make sure that the first thing that I went on when I woke up in the morning, the last thing I was on at night. People used to call me the Facebook queen. It just started getting really out of hand, and even though I tried to use it to my advantage by going live and stuff like that, I was still on it way too much. And I just decided, I got to step back from Facebook. And I'm happy that I did because, to be honest with you, people know how to make a presentation of a perfect life on Facebook, and a majority of those people I know in real life. And let me tell you something, it's not what it seems. It's never what it seems. But to people who actually don't know them, think that they are just the luckiest people on the planet. To me, social media is literally just one big um, illusion to create the life that you want people to think that you have. Anyone else old enough to remember Napster? I don't remember Napster. It was that social media platform. Yes, Shay. I like taking pictures of myself sometimes, but when you are a beauty influencer, it has to be constant. It has to be consistent. You have to constantly be posting videos of yourself, going live, pictures of yourself. And to me, I just don't like it. I don't like posting that many pictures of myself. Like to me, I would look at it like, I don't know, people would be getting tired of looking at me. But then, other influencers would tell me, no, people don't get tired of looking at you. You might get tired of looking at you, but other people aren't going to get tired of looking at you. And like I said, it's definitely something that I'll always do because makeup, that's me. That's what I love. That's what I adore. But I, to me, what I have to say is more important than makeup. Yeah, I've never heard of Napster. What is it? All of these things that is happening right now is a distraction, in my opinion. All of these things that they are creating, this metaverse, it's all calculated, you guys. They know what they're doing, and it's all calculated. So we are paying attention to the metaverse, and we're in our reality, creating our own world and a whole different world, and living the life that we want to in this virtual reality, while we're over here distracted doing this. They're over there corrupting, point blank period. And that's just the way it is. And if you don't like to hear it, oh well, that's some honesty for your ass, because that is what they're doing. This is all a distraction. All of it. All they're doing is trying to stop us from paying attention to what's really going on here. and it is sickening. Sickening. Napster was like file sharing. It was a way to get free music in the early 2000s. I believe it became Spotify. Oh, maybe I do remember Napster. When we have Spotify and Tidal and all that kind of stuff, maybe I do remember Napster. I'll have to ask my oldest son if he remembers Napster. Especially if it was in the 2000s when it had to do with music, because I really wasn't into like downloading stuff at that time. So, I think Spotify was started by Jay-Z, not 100. Tidal is by Jay-Z. I don't know if Spotify is. I can look it up, but I know Tidal is started by Jay-Z. So don't let them distract you, you guys. Don't let them make you think that there's nothing going on, because there's a whole bunch going on. Keep your eyes open. Be aware if you have children, like my son, he loves what is that? Fortnite. My son, he loves Fortnite, and it's crazy the things that they can do on Fortnite and how they have like concerts on Fortnite and things like that. It's like you being able to make your own. That's what it is they're in their own little reality. They're on Fortnite, right? So to me, all of these things are distractions, and we need to pay attention to what's going on and make sure that we are protecting and just protecting our children. I I know a lot of people are invested in Tidal, mostly like people who I really don't know much about Spotify, but I know about Tidal though. Fake book. That's pretty much what it is. Not everybody on there is. Like I said, I go on Facebook, to keep connected with family and things like that, but I can't with it. I can't even stomach it hardly anymore. It's crazy how much technology has developed and how many distractions there are from reality. Exactly. And to me, this metaverse is just um it's scary, because I feel like it's going to be that it's going to become so big because it's too easy. You know what I mean? There are so many people who don't leave their house now. So imagine how that's going to be when you have when you can live right next door to a celebrity like Snoop Dogg, right? I see the rich and powerful hoarding everything and for their leaving the rest of us to fight for their crumbs and serve them. They keep us fighting among ourselves while they consolidate power. Exactly. Exactly. Lovely symbols. That is exactly what they're doing. Because if you really look at it, if you guys do your research, a lot of people, a lot of the bigger like elites who owned big companies are now stepping down. It's happening all over. Okay. There are a lot of people there are a lot of elites. And when I say elites, you guys, I mean people with money who are investing in like underground things. You have to understand that when I see uh, people like Snoop Dogg, who is and different celebrities, like in different bigger companies and higher brand companies, um, purchasing land in the metaverse, that's when I start taking it seriously, because when the elites start doing it, that means that there is something going on and there's a reason why they're doing it. Because I feel like people who have money are the powerful and they know things that us regular folks don't know. Absolutely, you can definitely. Yes. Do more research on it, Shay, because it's scary. It's very scary because you have to look at it like this is being promoted to our children, and there are so many all everyone has insecurities. Everyone has things in life that they wish that they can change, even adults, obviously. So if you look at it like a child, how appealing that would be to teenagers and things like that, to be able to go into their own world and not be judged. Not be judged for their sexual orientation or not be judged because of the color of their skin, and to be able to have more money and purchase land and properties and be able to get Gucci and Prada and create any kind of body that you want and live your life in this virtual reality. You guys, there all you have to do is watch even movies from the past. Okay, I believe in those type of things and we will talk more about this. I believe in those type of things where what is it called, prediction, where you have these all of these movies where there's Black Mirror. You guys watch Black Mirror. One of my favorite episodes is the very first episode. What the hell is that called? I gotta look it up. Oh my gosh, how could I forget it? I watch it over and over and over again on Netflix. Predictive programming, like, these things are real. They aren't making these movies for nothing, you guys. What is It's called Nosedive. Okay. On Black Mirror, my favorite episode is called Nosedive. Watch that. Okay. There is also, I don't know if it was a movie, they were talking about it on Lovely Ti. Was it an episode on Black Mirror where and if you guys go and watch Lovely Ti, you'll be able to hear somebody telling the story where it was a movie and it was them living, it was two guys playing a game, living in this virtual reality. And in this virtual reality, you can be whatever you want to be, right? And they were in this virtual reality and they were having sex with each other, these two guys, okay? In this virtual reality, okay? And literally, thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you. Definitely go check out Lovely Ti. You'll get more information, and we'll talk about this more, but you'll get more input about this. But it was these two guys living in this virtual reality, and they were having sex with each other. Okay. And then they were getting all screwed up and twisted up because they're like, obviously, they're enjoying it in this virtual reality. But in real life, they were like, am I gay? Which nothing's wrong with that, but am I gay? Because we're enjoying it in this virtual reality. So they had tried to like kiss each other and they felt nothing. They felt nothing for each other. So they're like, okay, so it's just in this virtual reality. So they just enjoyed doing that in this virtual reality. But in real life, they didn't feel that way for each other. So obviously, they immersed themselves even more in this virtual reality because they loved, being intimate with each other in the virtual reality. It's just, it really gives a perspective on you can be anything that you want to be. And I feel like that is very desirable to teenagers because there's so many teenagers out there who are struggling, who, are on social media wishing that they can have the life like the Kardashians or have a life like Beyonce and Jay-Z. And then you go in this virtual reality and you're able to do that. This world is so fixated and so obsessed with celebrities. They are so obsessed. And I blame celebrities for this. However, we as parents, we have to teach our kids not to look at celebrities as if they're gods. You know what I mean? It's still our job as parents to do whatever we have to teach our children um, about celebrities and how their lives aren't perfect and how they're no different from us. Okay. That one is called Striking Vipers. That episode is crazy. I never seen the episode, but I am going to watch it. But Black Mirror to me is predictive programming, you guys. All of these, we've been watching it all forever. What's that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? All of these movies that have predictive programming, we've been watching these type of things forever, for so long, and I feel like now it's starting to become reality. And we need to just be aware. Now, some people are not against the metaverse. There are some people who are very, very excited for it. I, on the other hand, feel like this is the one thing that is going to distract us from what's really going on. And I feel like that is their whole motive for this. But I also think that it's going to stop us from wanting to live life in the real world now, here. Life is beautiful. The Terminator, yes. Life is beautiful. Life is precious. Enjoy life. Meet people. This isn't going to happen ever. And it's already not happening now, but it's definitely not going to happen with this whole metaverse thing. It's scary to me. And I feel like it should be scary to a lot of people because no, this is no. But I take these kinds of things very seriously, especially when celebrities start getting involved. I'm like, okay, something ain't right here, you know? So do your research. I promise you that we will talk about this again. I'm not done talking about this. Um, it's a scary situation, and keep your eyes open. That's what I'm here for, to keep everyone aware of these type of things. When I listen to it um, on Lovely Teaya, when I was listening to it and I enjoyed it, it was amazing. But it's scary. It's scary. And what's even more scary is how many people are so excited for this. How many people have purchased land in the metaverse? There's so many people that have purchased land in the metaverse, you guys. And to think about that, people purchasing land, a lot of people, and it started with Snoop Dogg, and a lot of people doing it because, oh, I can live next door to a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, um, it's scary, and I definitely don't want anything to do with it. I don't want my kids having anything to do with it. I want my kids to live in the now. I want them to enjoy life. I want them to live life. I want them to cherish life because life is precious. Life is beautiful. Okay? A virtual reality, that's not life, you know? But I don't know when I'm going to talk about this again, probably in the next few days, probably. I have something else planned. within the next couple days, and hopefully I'll be able to do my makeup tutorial eventually. It just hasn't happened yet. But I adore you guys. I love sitting here talking to you guys. You guys always make my day. And I love when I see new people in here too. That makes me happy. Um, it's like the Matrix, yes. And there's a new Matrix coming out, Stina. There's a new one. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. But in no way being on YouTube is a virtual reality, and not healthy either, I think. You mean being a creator on YouTube? Lovely symbols. Thanks, Shay. I appreciate you guys for being here. Like I said, you guys are amazing, and I always love talking to you guys and talking about these kinds of things. And I'm glad that some people didn't know anything about this. If this is something, especially to any replay watcher, is this something that you would like? Is this something that you would be interested in? Would you purchase land in the metaverse? Are you excited about it? Are you like, hell no, I'm not doing that? I agree. Lovely symbols. I've met some amazing people here on YouTube. But I can honestly say some of the people that I've met here on YouTube, I feel like definitely aren't who I thought they were, but there are limited people that I've met that I think that are amazing. You know what I mean? I'm getting better, Shay. I'm getting a lot better. Thank God. Celebs and influencers should think more about certain decisions, in my opinion, what their impact is on young people. I agree with that, Lynn, 100%. Because celebrities, well, you have to think too, they shove celebrities down our throats. Everywhere we go, that's all they talk about is celebrities, the Kardashians, the Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce. Like, they shove them down our throat. But we as parents still have to do our job as well. We have to make sure that we instill in our children how important it is to know that these celebrities are no different than us. The only thing that makes them different is that they have money. That's it. They have the money to get the perfect bodies. They have the money to live in their $100 mansions. So when they are out here, being advocates and, getting so many people in an uproar because of something that they necessarily don't like. Remember, they're doing it in their $1,000,000 mansions. At the end of the day, when you're advocating, you're going back to your regular home and they're in their $1,000,000 mansions. When they're in quarantine and they're sitting there talking about how miserable their life is, remember, they're doing it in their $1,000,000 mansions. You are doing it in your regular home. We have to instill in our children how important it is to know that these celebrities are no different. The only difference is they have money. Period. And until we as parents make sure that we keep these things instilled in our children, it's always going to be where our children are idolizing these celebrities as if they are gods. And that has to stop. Like, it's really hard to actually have a conversation with you right now. And I have to write, and you're talking. It's not normal. What's not normal? People spending so much time on YouTube communities is a step into virtual reality, acclimating us to it. I don't know about that. I disagree with that, because when you are on a stream and you're having a live stream and you're actually talking to people, I feel like that's a very, very much different than virtual reality. Virtual reality is making up your own people. It's you creating whoever it is that you want to create. I'm a real person here, and you're a real person, hopefully, behind your name. It's not, no, I mean, it's not normal. I don't think I would build a I don't know if I could build an intimate relationship with somebody that I haven't seen, but I definitely don't think that I think that you can get to know somebody. Um, there's a lot of people that I know that are now married to people that they got to know online. So I think it's just depending upon the person, but virtual reality is completely different. You're creating your own person. I'm a real person sitting here talking to you guys. If it was virtual reality, it would be more like we would be all sitting in a room together. Right. Celebrities should be role models for our children. Parents should sit down and teach their children who to aspire to be. Exactly. But I just celebrities, they do we are the ones who give power to celebrities. We are the ones who hold them up on a pedestal. If we didn't hold them up on a pedestal, then they wouldn't be celebrities. And to me, yes, celebrities should be better role models. Like, I can't stand the Kardashians. But at the same time, we as parents still have to do our job as well. We can't look to celebrities to do the right thing because the 9 times out of 10, they're not going to. And a majority of them aren't. We have celebrities walking around here saying, oh, their lips are like this big, and they're saying, and then what, 2 months ago, they weren't that big. They're big now, and they're saying, oh, no, this is natural. I just grew into my face. There are so many things that celebrities are literally lying to our children, making our children feel as though they're not beautiful because they're upheld on this pedestal of what beauty is supposed to be. And we as parents have to always remind our children and raise our children to know that celebrities are not people that should be looked at in that aspect. They should never be looked at. Of course, when you have celebrities that are transparent or that are wonderful, great advocates for things that matter and things that are going to change the world, that's fine. That's great. But a majority of them, to me, not all celebrities, but a lot of celebrities are very entitled, in my opinion. Yes, texts aren't normal either to me. They should just be used for convenient, short exchanges, in my opinion. I agree, but people don't do that no more, though. People have whole conversations in text messages. My mother preached education and to be a good person, and I pass that to my children. Exactly. And as long as you're passing that to your children, that's all that matters. Cena, being in a Zoom call would be more like normal conversing to me. Yes, that would be more like normal face to face looking at somebody. Absolutely. But I don't like, I'm not saying that you can't find love on the internet. You definitely can. And I know people who have. Um, but you definitely have to be careful because, like I said, the people that I have met here on YouTube, the majority of experiences that I had were not good. And they're people that I chose to get to know or, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt. And then I was obviously let down. And they may have been let down by me too. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I find that you can build a relationship with somebody. You just have to be very careful and very aware because and don't be disappointed if it doesn't work out. Because that people are very good at pretending to be somebody else. People are very good at being fake. People are very good at being manipulative and convincing you of who they want you to think they are. So you just have to be careful with the people that you meet. Yeah, I know people who have. I do, but it is rare. But I do know people who have found love on the internet though. Control your expectations. Exactly. That's how I look at it. There's been some amazing people that I've met and I've been very blessed, but then there's a majority of the people that I have given the benefit of the doubt to, I was let down. So like you just said, Shay, don't set your expectations too high when you meet somebody and you may think that they're very nice here on the internet because you just don't you never know what type of person they really are. People are good at hiding things and they're good at convincing you that they're a certain way and they then you end up finding out that they're nothing like what you thought they were. So, you just have to be careful, that's all. But I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. I love having these conversations with you guys. Yes. Instill all those good values into your kids. And I can tell you right now, I'm just happy. I do want a little girl. I do. But if it's not meant for me to have a little girl, it's okay. I get it. I get it. I understand that's not God's plan for me because I know that it's so hard for girls. And that's what I always want to bring awareness to. So talk about this. We will talk about this again, probably in the next couple days or so. There's more research that I want to do on this. And let's keep talking about these kind of things. And I'm going to keep bringing awareness on these type of things. And like I said, to the replay watchers, make sure that if you comment down below and let me know if you're down with this metaverse thing and your own reality, a virtual reality, starting a new life. Are you down with that or not? Let me know in the comments and make sure that you give me a big thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck because YouTube don't care. YouTube doesn't keep track of the dislike button no more, y'all. So go ahead, haters, keep thumbing it down, whatever. It's all interaction anyway. And make sure you subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. And I love my replay watchers too. So make sure you leave a comment. And I love y'all. You can borrow my grand princess. I would love to. Thank you, lovely symbols, for being here. I appreciate your input. You are a highly intelligent woman. All of you guys are. And I love having these conversations with intelligent people who have their own brain and they're not sheep. So let's keep talking about this, you guys. If there's anything that you ever want to talk about, you can message me. All of my social medias are on my channel. And I will be doing makeup on Thursday, Shay, for sure. I promise. I'll be here on Thursday. And that's Makeup Tutorial Thursdays. I love y'all. Thank you to my amazing mod, Lynn. You are amazing. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. And I want you guys to have an amazing night. God bless you guys. And I hope to see y'all on the next one. Let's do the outro. Because I always forget to do the outro. So let's do. This is the outro. All right, you guys. Have a good night. I love y'all. Stay beautiful. Remember how beautiful you are. And I will see y'all on the next one.